Guess that's it. Hello. Afternoon and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike here with Alex, coming to you from Green Dragon CBR with Gaming Under the Influence, live and Unleashed, our Tuesday show where we talk shit about all kinds of other crazy shit. Drunk a bit.
Wow.
How are you guys? How are you, man?
I'm
Cheers.
doing okay. This beer looks fucking weird. How are
it's
you
nice.
doing?
Oh yeah, got some nice fruit particulate swirling around in there.
Looks fucking cool as shit. Anyways.
What's new, man? What have you been playing this week?
Video games. I played Nier Replicant for the first time in like 3 fucking months.
Yep. Been meaning to go back to that too, actually.
Yeah, it's one of those games I didn't want to drop, like most most that I play I don't want to drop, right? But something else came along and, you know.
Yeah.
But
that's right.
Yeah, it's like I was even kind of not stuck, but I was a little less enthusiastic to carry on where I was at the time I was playing it, because I was in one of the dungeons and it doesn't really tell you where to go. And you're just kind of, there's an elevator, you're running around. Like it was just fucking, I was like, I need a break, right? Whatever. Jumped back in last night with kind of like a surprisingly like refreshed, sort of clear mind, you know? And I was like, fuck, I don't even remember how to play like the controls or whatever. Started noodling around, running around, figured out where to go. It was
it's not so different than Scarlet Nexus, is it?
It was it's not that different, honestly. Playing between
style
both
of
those
game, right?
games, yeah, like I mean they're almost interchangeable, right?
Even
like,
how the progression works, how you go back to the same
Yeah.
areas a couple of times and reinvestigate parts and they open up again.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly they're very similar games, which like I was saying, it's easy to jump between, but if anything it makes Scarlet Nexus seem more like a slog. Like there's a lot more dialogue, and so Nier is a bit more pared down and like weird, right?
Yeah, I'd say
but there's also a lot of fucking like gameplay chunks and like fights. Like I was in this fucking I'm probably closer towards end game. Like I'm definitely
there is a lot of
past
fights,
half, right? And there's just a lot of fucking fighting segments. I was like, hey, like maybe it's me lately. I was just like, I could do with like a little bit less. I don't know, but
Me too, always. Even then, I prefer the Souls-like approach where, like, you meet a fucking trash mob and either you're going to die in 1 second or they are, but you're fucking blowing right past it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no, like, fucking sitting there, okay.
Just like noodling through, right?
Yeah.
Smash. But
Even the boss fights are fucking less than 5 minutes long most of the time. Right?
yeah, true. It's It was cool just to jump back in, right? Like I immediately fucking clicked again. I did a couple little mini bosses, and I think there was like a boss too. Yeah. I'm pretty close towards the end. I have to sort of do like a story check-in and figure out where I am in terms of that, because I wasn't really paying attention last night. But
I think they have a nice journal somewhere in there.
Yeah, so I got to read up on that. But it's cool, like you said, to just jump between those two styles of games because they're very similar, and it's like fucking
I like
being
those
home
games
the
too.
whole time, right? Aside from that, I've been playing fucking Pokemon Black 2. I got one of my random, just fucking, I don't know the word, but I always randomly want to play Pokemon games, just like on the side here and there. So I started a new game in Black 2, and I want to try and run through the game without evolving my starter.
Oh, you told me that.
Just like a fucking idiot for just no reason, right? It's just whatever. I've played through the
new
games
way, why
like
not?
Yeah, exactly. I've played through them so many times. I'm like, I just need to shake things up a bit. So I'm gonna try and take my Snivy all the way to the Elite Four and like smash some fucking Elite Four fucking Pokemon with my baby Pokemon, if you will.
It's
my
a very neat concept, isn't it?
Yeah. Aside from that, I don't know. I noodle around a lot, which, gives me a lot to just waffle about but not really say anything. What the fuck
I
have
feel
you
the same,
been,
man. Like,
what have you been?
shit, I've been playing Scarlet Nexus. I mentioned last time I finished Blasphemous, I got into another one that we've been talking about called Vigil the Longest
Vigil,
Night.
yeah.
But since then, I've been fucking playing a bit of Astral Chain, actually, on Switch. I'm almost done that. Been playing a bit of Octopath Traveler as well. Yeah, I don't feel like really that committed to anything at this point in time. Like, I'm almost at the end of Scarlet Nexus. I feel like it's so many different things. When I'm close to the end, I'm like, all right, it's almost there. I'm just going to, start thinking about what's next. And then half the time I don't go back to it. But Scarlet Nexus, maybe I'll finish it tonight, I think. And I want to play Judgment, actually,
You know what? I've been seeing it a lot online lately, and it's been giving me kind of the same sensation to jump into Judgment or fucking Yakuza. Like, I definitely have not played nearly. I mean, I haven't really played any of those games, so not enough for sure. I want to play some Yakuza. I just gotta see it, right? Like I actually fucking was watching a YouTube video the other night that was showing some of the stuff you can do in the Yakuza games, and it's all just side shit, but it's so funny that it has like a whole arcade of like Sega
it's pretty
games.
Dense,
it's like, what the fuck? These
That's
guys
the other
doing?
consideration,
That's
though.
Wild, right? Just for fun to see, right?
I don't know if I want to engage in that much.
No, I know. I like. I definitely know where you're gonna say, but
I do like that it's there though. It's nice and dense.
Yeah, right?
It's cool. I played a bit of Judgment before. Good, maybe 15, 20 hours on the PS4.
Does Judgment have that shit too? Like the arcades?
Oh yeah, it's very dense. All kinds of mini games and stuff.
Fucking nuts.
The main stuff is cool. It's like this, this detective story. I really dig it. But yeah, in that sense, it is a bit too much. I don't really even like those kind of activities. They're facile. If you ask me, I'm not into that shit. That's the part where it turns into what I think they call fan service. You know, that is like strange, weird, like fetishes and titillations.
Kind of. I mean, like it somewhat, I guess, adds to what they're going with in terms of like that living, breathing GTA style city where there's so much you can do. But I agree that it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
you don't need to actually have playable arcade games
to
show that this world is a fucking world like ours, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, maybe it's just something. It's easy for them to throw it in because it's Sega anyway.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
Who knows, right?
I guess I kind of can see why it's cool, but
you're right. It's kind of fan servicey. It's kind of like that shit in FF7 remake that you didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
But
where we're losing a bit too much of the fucking sense of the thing.
Yeah. Especially when you get like a story like that where like eventually that goes towards the whole fucking universe is hinging on like these characters. Like a couple days ago they're in a bar fucking dancing. Like it's just kind of weird. But no one beats that like The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I guess fucking.
We're getting way too fucking.
They don't even have that top layer for fucking things to escape into. It's just that crusty layer of dancing over and over.
Yeah, you're
happy
right.
dancing, unhappy. What's the difference?
So unnecessary.
But on that note, like fucking, this is something we talked about before. The sense in which gaming tends to fucking lose its status as as something representational, as something like referential, like the game and the fucking stuff on the screen and your button pressing. It's no longer fucking used
literal,
to. Yeah, it's not to construct a fucking world on the other side of all that fucking representational shit. It's instead to fucking please you, to keep you immediately within the fucking representation for social purposes, like in Sea of Thieves, let's say. In all these cases, like the thing fucking becomes I don't know. What's a nice word to fucking use? I don't want to be straight up too asshole.
No, because I mean at the same time, like it's not that you hate when games do that specifically. It's just that
I guess it's
that
just
becomes like the expectation.
It's a reductionism. Then you're just fucking making a word into a thing. Essentially, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like it's fucking whatever it is. Like it's not fucking the same thing anymore.
Kind of like that, right?
I think like they definitely like fucking get beyond that kind of like they don't have any kind of they don't have anything to say to you in terms of your own button presses. You feel like shit when you play those games, right? It's definitely about looking through the thing and not about residing in it or even in yourself. Your subjective metric as a fucking exercise, like by all accounts, there should be no fucking reason to play these games if this kind of shit is the measure of their quality, right? So it just goes to show that I think fundamentally, like, what we're going to explore now is the same kind of question. Like, in what sense do we fucking think of games as, a means of representing, like Alphabet, some fucking concept, an artistic creation on the other side of that stuff, the visuals and the fucking interaction, the virtual ritual on the other side of it? Or in what sense do we think of that as relative to us, as relative to something, like some fucking human use, some instrumental purpose, rather than a semiotic or representational one, right? And I think like reading, this Phil Spencer article that appeared on the fucking... I love how we can say this. It like actually refers to like a subgenre of reporting. Like Phil Spencer, the great white whale, the fucking... Everybody's like, oh, look, there he is, guys. Phil, what do you think about fucking X, Y, and Z? Man, it's... look at him there. Fuck. Jeez.
Philly boy.
Yeah.
There he is.
This fucking article today, like, can we pull it back? Yeah, there we go.
You let me know where you want to go, and I got it.
Yeah. We've definitely seen a fucking focus on games as a service that fucking Xbox is pretty much consolidated and will, I think, if they fucking become the market leader, will make the norm, actually. You know?
Yeah, that's a scary prospect, actually.
Yeah, see what he says here. I think we're probably building more of those now than we've ever been. In the history of Xbox, he's referring to single-player, story-driven games. I'm, like, off the top of my head, I can't really think of that many, but if that's
narrative
the case...
games on the Xbox?
You know?
I mean, like, he's probably saying that as, like, a statement of, like, oh, well, we bought this company that makes this, man. You know what I mean? Just as, like, a bullshit thing. Like,
but if we go down, like, just, like, the sense that we're getting here, you know? Is that we're going to keep building these games because a market for them still exists, and we'd be stupid to try and reduce the market just to this one kind of thing.
Right.
You be sure we're going to expand this market so much that you can play both your narrative games and your fucking service ones on your phone taking a shit through Xbox, you know?
Pretty much.
And, like, the sense in which, reading through here, he's like, yeah, creators are a huge focus right now. Like, what could that possibly mean, bro? Actually, what are you trying to say right now? Like, again, in relation to what we were just talking about, what do you mean creators are a huge focus? Like, you mean not tanking them like you did with Rare and actually allowing them to make a saleable product? And in that sense, I don't doubt it. But, dude, like, the sense in which this is conveyed in these weird, like, uppity tones that are meant to make us sympathize with this fucking massive corporation as anything other than, like, a cannibalistic engine for generating money is fucking horrifying, right? Like, it's this doctrine that Xbox seems to have. This dressing of it up in all of these fucking slogans and stupid, like... the sensibility of like fucking human closeness and like fucking purpose, right?
It's like a gang, man.
It's very strange, you know? He doesn't just mean game developers. He's talking about contributions of players to the games they love, such as those who design and sell things on blah, 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 blah.
Keyword, sell.
Again, the point here is always like under the guise of like fucking... I mean, this is actually more a statement about fucking stupid liberal rhetoric about fucking inclusivity than it is about Phil Spencer specifically. But the guise is always to create a universal marketplace, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Not where nobody is excluded, where nobody is not a fucking customer. Those are different concepts entirely. We don't believe in the intrinsic worth of the people we're giving things to. We want their fucking money, bro. And it's so easy to read some fucking fluff piece like this and forget that those are not the same thing, right? The same way when you read about fucking President Poopy Pants eating fucking mint ice cream or some shit. Like, are these people serious?
Reports on that.
I don't know. American journalism, bro. Again, you're fucking literally apologizing for the murder of children in Yemen by fucking covering Poopy Pants eating ice cream. Fuck you. You people are villains, you know? But in the same sense here, like, it's fucking really, like, it rubs me so fucking, like, the sense in which in the Phil Spencer era, Xbox is dressed up Xbox in this like slimy, like fucking, it's like an alien like, pretending to be human and smile at you and be like, we care. I mean, what did I write on my hand here? Girls learning math, inclusivity, universal marketplace. Like, what the fuck? It's brutal, man. Look at this here. Microsoft has always been a creator-led company from the beginning. Are you, bro? What is this rhetoric? Next, Matt Booty steps in to add his own fucking flavor to the pot. You know?
Oh, is that the Sea of Thieves guy? Or no,
I think
Forza.
I think he's another fucking executive.
Yeah.
He's head of Microsoft Studios there. I think we'll see a lot of games start to include things that are based around scripting and the ability to add to the game. Man, like, again...
Yeah, this is all shit like we've seen before, you know, create your own fun. We always make fun of this, like, right? I mean, they're probably trying to think of ways to elevate it to the next level, right?
But like, we're going to... Add that to what we fucking just said, and then look at the next one, too. There's no overriding approach to game development under Microsoft, nor groupthink approach, although you are literally describing one right here. Man, what you're fucking saying behind all this shit is not merely like some kind of childlike, infantile, we're promising everyone to everything kind of thing, but the stated goal that somehow people construe charitably is to just make everything buyable by everyone, thereby, in brackets, reducing it to some kind of fucking game tofu sludge, lacking any determinate elements at all that fucking Jimmy can add to fucking with his... You know, I fucking, you know, I didn't like the Sekiro mode, and I added my own easy one, right?
Sounds like fucking every game is going to be like, have you ever heard of Gary's mod on PC?
Yeah, I know about Gary's
mod. It's just like a sandbox thing, right?
Just as a fucking, a little discursus, why I object so strongly to this is because fucking the whole purpose of using games as a semiotic medium, again, is to represent a world. It's an artistic exercise, which depends on the artist imposing form on the matter of this medium, on the fucking button presses and the visuals, blah, 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 blah. It is fucking...
The whole fucking point of that, the whole point of that creative exercise is the autonomy of the thing made from its environment, from the world around it, including fucking you and me. You know what I mean? The people who come at it after the fact and criticize it and enjoy it. Right. Those are two different things. The thing needs to be autonomous from the world. It needs to be a gesture coming down from the artist's mind and implanted in fucking things. And to the degree that it obeys a law extrinsic to itself, it is fucking shittier art, bro. Man, it's just the nature of this kind of thing. What you're saying here is, again, we don't want fucking semiotic representational things to build worlds with this medium. Instead, we want to use the medium as some kind of fucking, either literally the marketplace itself playground. Or a marketplace disguised as a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, man. It's one of the fucking things I hated the most as someone who, like, I fucking actually really like multiplayer games. Seeing that how they've evolved from the days of just people chugging out whatever multiplayer games to, like, now everything being a community where, like, your input matters and we're gonna fucking listen to you, and, like, I hate that.
Man, again, you're just building a relationship of dependence, like a fucking consumer relationship that persists through time. It's no fucking goddamn coincidence that the grocery store and Microsoft both want you engaged in a long-term relationship. You know, everywhere you go has a membership card, buddy. It's not for your good. It's like when my mom's like, you know, you need to get a fucking points card for the grocery store. Look at all the money you'd save. Man, do you think they'd be giving it to me if they weren't fucking somehow making some from it at the end? I don't give a fuck to participate in any of these fucking programs. I don't want anything for a deal. The thing that gets me fucking hard is paying a fair, proportional price for quality goods and services. Fuck you and your fucking American value. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. This prostitutional logic. I hate it. You know? That's why, like, I look at this and, you know, people are like, wow, Xbox, they're so consumer friendly. Yes, they are, and that's why it's fucking disgusting. I am not a consumer of games, bro.
Fucking good games.
I fucking read games like I read a book. You know, they're not to consume like fucking impotent sludge that you indifferently pick between on your fucking subscription service. Like, that's awful, man. What does it do? What are we accepting here? You know? Right when the medium is getting off the ground, fucking having the opportunity to transform
highlight
into something
you
like,
subscribe to Game Pass.
Sure, fine, dude. But that's you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I know, it's beside the point.
Totally fucking like those things can and probably should exist. This ideological fucking cast thrown all atop of them is fucked up. You know,
this is
just let it be. Then, like, it's like in any like we're not. I almost fucking used the word we'd have to edit out. We're not fucking idiots. I understand the way the world is structured. I'm not saying we should not participate. We should live in the woods and make games out of fucking twigs. No, man. We fucking live in the world. I understand.
Yeah.
But don't fucking sit here and fucking try and ideologize with me and fucking tell me that fucking shit doesn't stink, bro. And that really you're out to fucking promote the benefit of man by selling something to everybody. You know? Enlisting fucking actual... I would rather use the word exploiting or instrumentalizing famous fucking... What's a nice word? Disabled people.
Right.
Fucking peddling... Again, this notion of accessibility, I don't give a shit. I'm going to fucking bitch about that too. The notion of accessibility is part and parcel of this fucking concept. We're not talking about accessibility to air, water, the necessities of life.
Yeah.
We're talking about your ability to act as a consumer in relation to this corporation, bro. You know? And again, never mind the fucking fact that your demand for accessibility is one of those cases that would make the art dependent on an environmental factor and thereby violate its logic. Never mind that. What you are asking for is not a human good, not some fucking moral... What do you think you're asking for? To be a customer, bro. It's like people complaining fucking Amazon employers are racist. Like, what do you want? To just be treated equally shitty as everybody else there? It's not fucking like somebody's withholding a good from you, man. You know? It's exactly because I'm not an idiot about the fucking way things are structured, at least not about that specifically. In many other things, yes. But that we should not sit here and be like, yeah, well, fucking, let's fucking give gaming to everybody. Like, again, like I'm doing people a favor. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? You know? It's fucked up. Like, I want to see the utter stripping of this fucking stupid ideology from it.
They won't do it because they...
No, of course they won't, because it works so well.
Exactly,
people are so fucking drawn to that shit because they're god holes, man. People need to fucking cloak every element of their lives in some sort of fucking what they perceive as higher order meaning to not fucking just be depressed at the fucking level of shit they're forced to consume, right? Like, ugh. That's my take on that. But fucking...
Wow.
Well... That all aside,
There's
all that
aside. There's a couple times I wanted to cut you off. I just want to make the point that...
Do it, yeah.
I think, like, and this I'm saying as a good thing. I think Microsoft largely, they've fixed fucking, I don't know, almost probably every problem you could even think of for gaming with disabilities. With that controller they came out with, it has like 100 auxiliary ports. You can plug in all sorts of pedals and buttons and thing, and I've seen people like actually play Sekiro and stuff with one of those rigged up to their needs, right? So it's almost like they fucking, bro, you're good to go. Whatever.
I definitely feel you. I just feel like whether that's good or bad, fucking, that's not, totally dude, we're doing artistic criticism. Yeah, and I'm telling you, from the point of view of criticism, your demand that somebody change a work of art to accommodate you is contrary to the very logic of fucking what it means to create something. You want to fucking ask for somebody to be a fucking charitable person in relation to you, that's a separate fucking thing. But don't make the fucking discussion of game criticism about that. Stop fucking, again, just like Phil here, contaminating fucking something that should be separate from all this shit with your fucking stuff, bro. Yeah. It's very hard for me to fucking give a fuck, I'm here to fucking talk about games. You want to talk about something else? Good for you. Fucking, you're probably a better person than me. I don't give a fuck. It's not what we're here to talk about, Like, again, like, great, fucking, that's fine. That's all good stuff, but it's not like that makes you a good game company, bro. That's something else,
I think
right?
The problem too is that like a lot of the websites, a lot of the media is focused on this, and it's fine
it's
that
so
there's
slimy,
that
bro.
this
because
is like,
again,
well, this is like the business side, and there's a lot going on there, but like it seems like there's no fucking like game side of things, like with what we are trying to do, which is just talk about the fucking games.
Spencer's mantra has always been to put what at the center of the fucking business?
Players.
The player. Okay? Again, you're literally just saying back to me what I just said to you. You don't give a fuck about the thing itself, if you even believe it exists. Yeah. What it is some prostitutional thing to trade around.
We just want to wank you off like
we want to create a universal marketplace. That's what I hear every time I hear somebody say something about accessibility, fucking cheaper games, this or that kind of thing. Man, I want to play good fucking games. I don't care if they're so expensive and hard to play that one guy alive or no one ever gets to play them. They could still be good. I don't give a fuck. It's not about people. It's about fucking what they're representing, man. Holy, How does that fucking not, like, is that somehow... Like, why is that not true then, if I am wrong?
You're just a weeb, man.
No, man. I fucking just believe in extra-mental reality, right? Like, that's fucking what it's about, man. I don't fucking believe the universe is here to fillet me. Prove you even exist and that I should fucking care about your pleasure, right? Like, it's too much. It's too much.
Are we weeboos, man?
I'm probably more of a fucking cinephile than a weeboo, I would say. I'm more obsessed with China than Japan at this current stage in my life, but I definitely am, I definitely am. I'm one of those guys that thinks the future belongs to the East. Fuck the West. They're done.
We fucked it up.
Yeah, we fucked it up. We shit the bed.
Poor Canada. We don't even have a say in any of this.
Nah, we're tugged along.
We're just like...
We never had a say in shit, bro. The only fucking thing that we do have, frankly, is a great material society. Exactly like Xbox has a great material infrastructure, And just like Xbox, we fucking try and put lipstick on the pig and say that something that is merely material successful is also morally good, right?
Yeah.
It's delusional. But, I'd like to fucking transition here to something that you may not expect me to fucking say, given what we were just talking about.
I'm just going to leave Weeaboo up there. Because remember that one time we posted about Neo being better than Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, it pissed off everybody on M4G.
We were accused of, you guys are just fucking weebs, man. We're like, yeah, dude, all right.
Okay. What are you, fucking racist?
Stupid weeboos,
what is that supposed to mean, even? Is that like fucking some cheeseburger-eating cunt from America's word for somebody who's literate enough to understand the world is bigger than fucking the state they come from? Like, fuck you,
Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But, sorry, what I was going to say, you may not expect, is that what I'm complaining about specifically is this fucking element of corporate ideology that accompanies the brand. The material infrastructure, as you say, I fucking like the product. As a thing, it's fucking fine. It's a neutral fact in the world. Does it do the thing it's supposed to? It's a tool, Yes, it does, so it's good.
Beautiful.
Fine. Great. I fucking love Game Pass, But to sit there and fucking cloak this, in this fucking odious rhetoric, as though, again, you're waging a battle for the fucking last end of man is horrendous, bro.
Yeah,
it's fucking, these corporate moral campaigns need to fucking stop. It's disgusting.
That I gotta agree with you.
I
It's
can't
like,
stand
what the
that.
fuck are
You know?
like, you know?
That's awful. This is so we want to make money, and therefore we're gonna make something good. That should be the extent of your fucking flapping of your stupid ass lips, buddy. Shut the fuck up, okay? Keep that shit in your fucking pants, bro.
Right.
It's disgusting. It's your fucking drunk boomer uncle trying to convince you he's a good guy, telling you had one black friend in college, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear it, man. Shut the fuck up, you know? But all that being said, there are some pretty fucking cool. One of the only cool games coming out this summer is an Xbox game, an Xbox ecosystem.
Which one? Which one?
It's called fucking The Ascent. It's that cyberpunk shooter.
Oh shit! Right,
you know?
right.
I almost forgot about it, but I saw it today on Twitter, and fuck, it looks sick, man. I'm stoked for the fucking fact that it's a cyberpunk game. I'm stoked for the kind of genre it is. It's weird. I don't really play many games like that. Pull up some footage if you want.
Oh, fucking Caesar's in. Been ignoring
Caesar's
Caesar.
listening to me, bitch. Hey, Caesar.
What the fuck is going on?
How are you, buddy?
What are we checking out? Ascent?
The Ascent, yeah.
The Ascent.
Again, all that being said, just to speak to the fact that the infrastructure is not the problem. It's fucking this corporate ideology that fucking ensconces it, and that in cases can fucking, in my opinion, if they were honest to what they say, it would detract from the fucking work they're making.
I remember this.
It seems, again, like across the fucking spectrum of, you know, possible development spheres, like they are making games, man, that I'd want to play, and this is one of them. It looks good. Not many things come out in this genre.
I vaguely remember seeing this.
Yep.
And there's also that super rumor about fucking, you know, Kojima's next game being on Xbox. And if that's the case, cool, I'll take it too, but...
I'll take that too. Again, I don't see how that... What the fuck would that money even be for the cred it would get you, right? In my opinion. But maybe nobody is as fucking stoked on that dude's games as I am. I don't know.
That's also a thing. That's what surprises me. Like, I don't think it fits in with what Microsoft's trying to do there, right? They want
I don't either.
gameplay and fucking, you know, be like, make Death Stranding, but make it so everybody... Is that a
But I
bomb?
still think, buddy, suppose you want to fucking have a universal marketplace. Like, there must... You know, you must conceive that there's a place for fucking stuff like that, right? Like...
Oh, definitely. But if that's
even
the case
just
too,
for
then
the health of your brand, so people can point at it and say, like, well, maybe they fucking pedal direct to the masses, but at least at the top they take shit seriously, right? Like,
if that's the case, though, they fucked up so hard already on like games like FF7 Remake, FF16.
I think they fucked up back in the day with Scalebound and shit like that, bro. Things like
Scalebound,
that is when it
yeah.
started going south. Like, I don't see why you think you're the only brand in this fucking... If I feel fucking like you know, this whole kind of discourse, like I feel like I'm fucking greasily like thinking like some fucking guy who works in a boardroom or some shit. But it feels like, how do you justify that? Like, you have a platinum game coming to your machine, and you cancel it.
Yeah.
Everybody else got a platinum game.
But like,
they were well received. You didn't get one because why?
Because you can't.
Even though you have more money than everybody else, and you could afford whatever fucking bullshit it would take, right?
The worst part about it,
you know,
they literally Microsoft has more money than Nintendo and Sony combined, bro.
I think like,
like, what are you
there
doing?
was though probably just like at the same time as there was, you know, at EA and other studios, this discourse. Phil Spencer himself saying, like, pull up the articles. Phil Spencer, single player games are dead. Like,
yeah, I think there was very low confidence at the time.
He literally said that. Single player games are dead. Phil Spencer.
Oh, we're going into the... What's this? Into the
Just to say, like, the extent to which these fucking guys... Yeah.
In danger 4 years ago. Oh man, is a man devoted to
Fuck, he let himself go.
Get out of here.
Look at, he looked fairly fucking
well
put together there, bro.
Fuck.
Phil, what happened, bro? What happened?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I don't even want to go through.
He changed his tune, of course, because
they make money.
Yeah. So, I just mean to say, like, the extent to which what we're hearing is so fucking just. You know, it's supposed to set the fucking symbolic space that the market functions within. It's not got any fucking authenticity or fucking, you know, concern for the human good behind it. I don't fucking like it, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
But I do like some of these games. That's why we're seeing fucking a game like this. I really do think it's one of the only exciting ones coming out in the next couple of months. And then later on, there's one more called Scorn, which is fucking very cool that I'm very excited for. I've spoken about it before, I think. It's like some Geiger-esque fucking horror game. Ugh.
Sorry, I'm gonna close all these tabs because I'm getting distracted.
Did you ever see that one before?
Which one was that?
Scorn?
Scorn. Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, Scorn will be cool.
That one's not out yet?
No.
I thought it came out already. That one's one of the Xbox games, right?
But again, though, like,
Scorn.
another fucking thing that we have to keep in mind is that
who the fuck are these studios? You know, I never played a goddamn game from one of them. You know, it's not like we're sitting here being like, yeah, Ninja Theory, they're fucking tight.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of their fucking work
idea.
and the creatives there, and therefore I'm excited for their upcoming work. It's not, no, they've not made anything right. Same with pretty much every game coming out from fucking Xbox right now, except for the ones that aren't even coming to Xbox, like fucking Deathloop, right? So, fuck, I
don't know, man.
I don't know either, buddy. It's crazy shit, and there's a fucking, the Ghostwire Tokyo game got delayed to 2022.
That one got delayed, yep.
And therefore, on Xbox, it's delayed to 2023?
Oh, dude,
Man,
these guys are, what?
the fuck's going on, man? You know?
They're not getting, like, some pretty important games. Like, I think Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, how, like...
That's why I feel like, is it not fairly clear that, like, some kind of fucking corporate ideology is at work in different senses to fucking... Like, they were willing to let those go, right? It obviously doesn't suit their fucking...
Yeah.
You know, they could have got that, too, if they wanted, I'm sure, right? For again, an amount of money that wouldn't have been significant.
Microsoft has more money than all of it. They really ultimately can do whatever the fuck they want. It depends on what
they were definitely negotiating these boundaries, right? And they decided that they would let those go. And what's the reason for it?
It's fucking...
Probably because, again, what the fuck are you going to monetize that with, right? Like, how's that going to work? You're going to put it on Game Pass. You're going to have to give those guys a pile of money to justify doing that in the first place.
Yeah, that's
and then fucking, who's going to play it, man? If people are fucking going to dabble in it for 2 hours.
Fuck, you know what? Now that I think of it, man, that's crazy. Because I remember back in the day, the Final Fantasy went from Nintendo to PlayStation. There was always PlayStation. Then, like, when they started announcing, you know, FF fucking 13 on the fucking Xbox, people were like, what the fuck? Whoa, like, what's going on here? And I was thinking, like, holy shit, like, you know, how did they lose exclusivity on that? And then it's like, now we're seeing it jump back to PlayStation.
Yep.
And how did Microsoft lose it now? What the fuck are you guys doing, right? But like you said, yeah, they don't... Things have changed, right? I guess it's hard to justify to the dudes making these games, like Final Fantasy's quality games, and you tell them we have to give it away for free on our platform. But what the fuck?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
It's fucking...
It'd have to be paid out by a fucking pile, but...
Yeah, it's probably just not worth it for them at the end of the day.
The company can probably only... Realistically, like, again, I don't fucking know nothing about...
Yeah, we're not...
And I don't even fucking like to speculate on it. It really makes me feel disgusting. But frankly, like, you got to figure. This is a temporary measure meant to fucking entice a sustainable portion of fucking the population into the service, right?
How do you give that up after? Like,
there's a critical mass where it breaks even, I guess. There has to be. That's what they're shooting for, isn't it? Where they get enough people on board that it all fucking works itself out.
It all just makes sense.
Either that or, like, the internal monetization somehow fucking compensates for it, right?
I don't know.
But that, like, again, though, like, think about what this means, buddy. Think about what this fucking means, man. What does it mean for fucking a company like that, then, to say, this is the model. We fucking expect games that have, like, you know, the fucking breadth to justify a subscription. Mm-hmm. No, we totally don't have any preference. You make whatever you like. It could take 20 minutes or it could take 50 hours, and all we want to do is keep people subscribed. It's not like we give a fuck, right? Like, no, man. I'm telling you, structurally, you do give a fuck.
Yeah,
Just structurally, the thing is suited to certain kinds of games and not others. That's the way she goes. It's good for Destiny, probably bad for fucking Sekiro, you know?
What you're saying sounds like some kind of utopia where it's like, well, this thing works by itself. So, like, you saying, you know, just make
I mean,
like,
a suppose it did come, though.
Yeah,
suppose
that
it did.
Doesn't exist.
Even still, man, even suppose it did come to the situation where they have enough subscribers that it pays for everybody's games to be released there and nobody takes a hit. Again, like, the way this fucking thing is structured, like, the kind of consumption it encourages is fucking not...
I don't think that would ever happen. I'm saying that's like a utopia and like
I don't think it would ever happen either.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
but I mean, even if it did, it doesn't sound desirable insofar as what it does is fucking, you know, it seems to fucking facilitate and in fact demand of people who employ it as an instrument for distributing their games a certain kind of development, right? You need to favor the fucking, you got to go the Ubisoft approach and not the fucking Judgment approach or the Souls approach or the fucking whatever. You got to go for fatness because it keeps people subscribed, right?
Can't let them get bored, you know?
And supposing you don't have fatness, or supposing Xbox fucking says you can launch on here, we're going to give you some money, but you're not going to have any more opportunity for sales because everybody's going to play it from here, of course. So what are you going to do? You're going to be like incentivized to fucking internally jank up your own fucking game to encourage people to spend money in that shit.
True.
Right? They've bragged about how fucking devs are still raking in money from monetization in game, right? Like as though it's a good thing. Like, Jesus, fuck.
You don't even have to speculate about your shitty moves, right?
The free-to-play business model that I never play.
That's the permanent integration
game,
model where like the thing is no longer a good that you're exchanging. It's imminent to the market. Like you're entirely hooked up to it perpetually.
Honestly, the only fucking thing I would even consider playing, and I don't even know if it's free to play, is Final Fantasy 14 over there.
It's not free, but
yeah, it's not, right? No, the MMO one. That's the only
no.
MMO I would ever consider playing.
I don't think I can ever play an MMO because the fucking progression logic is fucked.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem right now. If I couldn't do
their
it
lifestyle games
before, I can't do it now.
Kidding me? Yeah, no. Yeah, right. I need fucking like cocaine like bursts of intensity. You know, I can't deal with this like fucking slow burn. Like I'm wasting my life.
When you say it like that, Returnal sounds like perfect.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Returnal was sick.
Exactly, it was. It was exactly. You know, crystallized awesomeness. Yeah. Not to slog like through like, oh, one day I'm gonna have a fucking, you know, a set of gear that I could press the same buttons for the same effects as now in the same context, but the numbers will be fucking way bigger.
Bam, bam, bam,
hey boys, look at my fucking crits. Like, Jesus
check it out. Yeah, I can't say I was ever into like MMOs at all. Ever.
I fucking dabbled in some MMOs, but always like in the stories and like the pre-end game.
Yeah.
Then it came time to raid and like repeat the same tasks forever, and I fucking can't stand that shit.
No.
What is that? Why? What's wrong with you? You know? Just go do some drugs, man. It's more fun. Feels better.
Drugs, man. The drugs.
Yeah.
Video game drugs.
And I think that at the same time, you can get those kind of experiences from other games. Like when you want to play games together, you know, I play Stardew Valley with fucking Dan sometimes. Sometimes we play Remnant from the Ashes or some other game. Like there are these communal experiences. They can even be persistent and online in the same sense as another one, even if there's not a fucking 50 people walking around fucking, you know, the Undercity there and fucking wow, it's still like there's a town in Monster Hunter. You can be there with 4 of your buddies, and what's the difference except for what? Like the public chat? I'm confused, like what benefits that offers.
I don't know.
In the same way, like, this is a good analogy, actually. I'm glad we started talking about MMOs, because there's not an MMO on Earth, I bet, that doesn't have just bullshit, like, filler quests. It's just the nature of an MMO, because they're long-term games. They need it.
Yeah.
In that same way, what do you think Xbox Game Pass is to the fucking games it's going to distribute? It demands the same kind of structural compromises from what it fucking represents to you, right? Or what it fucking brings to you. It seems like to me, because if its purpose is to fucking maintain you long-term, like, it has to start fucking... Somebody's going to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know? You tell me, no, I trust those fucking greasy bastards to fucking...
How do you do that, like, if you're Bethesda and, like, you're making Starfield now? Like, what do you think, like, Microsoft sends, like, a probe in to, like, kind of see what's going on?
I'm sure they demand reports of that kind of thing.
Right?
Sure.
And they're like, you know...
I think I remember reading about how this is an element of modern game
funds.
design. Yeah, like, monetization experts exist. That's a real function in the game industry.
Oh,
God.
That's gross,
no, I'm sure they do that, bro. I think, like... You know, we've talked about this in the past. There's lots of room for, why? You know, we're always fucking, we get caught up talking about these fucking...
Yeah, if we don't have, like, a specific game we're, like, really hammering
the money
on,
stuff,
then we just fucking...
But I think it's relevant because what we're trying to say is, like, how do we mitigate the fucking effects of this fucking otherwise deleterious environment on the games that are made within it, right?
Yeah.
How are games made by fucking greasy pirate capitalists ever good if fucking somebody wants to just prostitute them for every dollar they're worth? And this is how, right? Like, how do you monetize something in another sense? Well, I think, like, Final Fantasy 15, for example, did a good fucking job with that, right? And I don't even think they monetized that. They probably gave that shit away for free. But
I don't know. What did they sell? They sold, like, DLC.
The expansions. That's what I mean to say. Or Souls.
That's pretty, like,
Souls monetized as well.
Right?
Monster Hunter, Remnant. I fucking... That's good, like, in-game monetization. When you, like, okay, this is the base game, and you add this substantial fucking chunk.
Expansions,
Expansion, Traditional expansion. Another, you know, fucking... You know, it's 25% of the main game comparable to, or more, usually.
Yeah.
In terms of
DLC,
its fatness, right? Yeah. Or just fucking extra universe shit. Fucking, bro, like, the great thing about games is how much fucking art they involve. That people like me are happy to buy art books of fucking all manner of shit like that, you know? Not like fucking bullshit like your fucking forks and, you know, like, but there's fucking cool stuff you can get, man. If you make fucking, like, those nice art books that come out with most modern games now, I bet not only is the fucking guy who did those sketches happy that somebody's looking at it, I hope he actually gets paid for it. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
I doubt it.
God help us all. But fucking, you know, it is nice that it gets out there. And how is that illegitimate? you monetize the game, probably there's a cost involved. That's why the greasy pirates don't want to fucking
honestly,
do it.
You know what? That is a cool idea. That like I would like to see more
extra universe monetization,
actual
outside
but like
stuff.
physical things, like you said, like books, even fucking. I like getting like the CDs. I rip them to fucking
the
into
vinyls,
MP3s, vinyls. I have vinyls,
and they sell for a pretty penny too. And that's just to say, dude, like
Square Enix does that on their
man.
site.
I fucking think that if you're gonna fucking monetize a game, you should leave the thing unmolested. Let it be, man. Let its inner life fucking flourish, according to the mind of its creator. And your job is to
make
fucking
money off merch and bullshit, right?
Like circle it in the environment and fucking reap its fruits, right? Like that's your fucking job. But there's this point where you're cannibalizing your own fucking child and not making any money at all. If you go right into it and you fuck it up at its heart, and it's just being consumed like by a cancer, right? It doesn't serve anybody, And we said this before. Like I'm confident still, like despite the debilitating, forces at work in the world and fucking our economy, like it's the same reason I don't think a vaccine company wants to kill me. They'll go broke, bro.
Yeah.
The same reason why it's in the interest of a fucking company like Microsoft to make good games. Like it'll serve both of us, right? I think,
I mean, it makes sense. You know what? Fuck, I'd be hella surprised. But like, hey, if they're trying to kill me, then fuck, kill me. Like, what?
I mean, I don't think so because
I don't think so
their
either,
last end is the proliferation of capital.
I pay taxes, dude.
Nothing
like,
will
you
ruin.
Kill me and then
you don't want to kill your wage slave army either. But like, their stock price would definitely suffer if the fucking headlines start going around.
That's another thing. Yeah. Well, look at AstraZeneca. Like they're like fucking toast now, dude. Because of all the bad fucking press.
Their name is sullied.
There you go. That's fucking the live example right there.
In that same sense, I'm just trying to say it's in everybody's best interest for Microsoft to make good games, Even if it's just one or two good games in a portfolio of just fucking prostitutional dreck, like at least it fucking is the crown jewel there, and the other stuff justifies.
Maybe that's
shit,
what they're going
or
after.
Is justified by it,
with the whole like Kojima thing. If they're actually trying to maybe like, hey, fucking, we'll bring you in, make a sick game, and fucking.
But even then, like I just. Buddy, I can't fucking shake this. Like, it just seems so greasy. It's like some outside, it's like an alien, a space alien was like, hey, look, these fucking idiots are making money with their computer games. Let's get in there and fucking, let's ride that wave. They're just like, we'll just buy everything. We'll buy you and you and you. Oh, fuck, we'll buy those guys. And now we're good. We bought everything. And everybody's like, yes. Good job. Good job. Oh, did you see how we handed that money over to that other guy?
Good job.
Fuck. Congratulatory articles on Forbes, fucking man babies and their stupid ass haircuts, Unbelievable shit. I can't shake the feeling that like there's these instances where, again, fucking it just works that because we all live in the fucking society you do, whatever the fucking nefarious forces that govern it from the underbelly, like things naturally occur within that suit both purposes and fucking everybody's happy, like an organically occurring company where people work together before they were fucking famous and rich and paid Microsoft money to fucking build something worth paying for. No. Doesn't happen like that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, instead they literally buy somebody else's shit up.
Always,
oh, man.
Like, even like when
That's
they jumped
greasy.
in with the original Xbox, they jumped in because...
But Bungie wasn't Bungie their fucking shit, man? That was their studio,
That was like, but I think...
their studio.
That was, I don't know, the fucking... when they bought exclusivity at some point or whatever, but I don't think they owned the studio.
I don't think they owned it. I just mean to say, like, they went in at that time and their fucking brand, like, their whole purpose of their thing was associated with fucking these kinds of games from these kinds of developers, Maybe less in the Xbox.
Yes, because that's kind of what the only option was. But even the whole push for Xbox was because Microsoft knew they were too late to like PC gaming. It already kind of took off, and they already envisioned like closing it off because PC gaming, people can do shit. People are smart with computers. They can like mod stuff, hack things, fucking they already had.
It's hard to fucking
people
circle that market.
Games. Yeah. So it was just at the time there was so much probably uncertainty, and they're like, well, let's lock it down. We'll jump in with a console. Go against fucking Sony, whatever. They already had the intentions of like.
They had good shit though.
They did have good shit, man. But the difference back then was they had no choice but to have good shit because there wasn't these types of games. No, it's
true.
Right?
That's true. There was no fucking live services, blah blah blah. But the thing is, man, it wasn't even like this fucking kind of like, well, yeah, they have like they have Gears Tactics. It's pretty cool, but no, man, it's not like that. They have Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
They have fucking Halo. They have real shit,
good.
man. They have fucking real shit that you can't play on the other guy's thing, and like. Again, like, fuck your money, fuck you and your brand, but, like, what the hell else do you want? Like, if I'm going in to look for something to read or criticize or fucking enjoy, then that's what you hope for, you know?
Yeah.
That the fucking guy with money is going to pay somebody good to make something decent. Like, and that seems to have happened then. And they had fucking a reason to live. They had a reason to be. They had all these Western studios associated with them while the other guys had their own fucking shit going on. And it was sick, man. It was a good time. Even 360 at the beginning was sick. It was a good time.
I remember it sucked, honestly, being a kid during those days because
Yeah, because we didn't have our own money.
You know, yeah, now, like, whatever. I have my PS5. I have no desire to get a Series X. But back then, like, I wanted a fucking Xbox. I wanted a PS2. I wanted the fucking GameCube. I wanted, like, you just wanted everything, right? Everyone was doing their own thing, and it was all cool, right? Everything was working out. Now things are totally fucked.
Yeah, they're more homogenous, but...
it's another story.
That's okay, though. Fuck, I don't even... Honestly, wherever it's coming from. But, yeah, that's why. Like, fuck this corporate ideology that they have, but they have a shit ton of money, so it would be nice to see that go towards some good purposes.
It would be.
I think it would be good for them, too. I'm sure they're smarter than me. They understand that as well, right? So...
I hope so. Fuck.
Let's fucking see.
See if Microsoft can pull some good shit out of their asses.
Yeah, it's not even Microsoft. Like, fuck. I think Sony is like
honestly,
going in the same direction,
up on
bro.
Sony in the sense.
Yeah, me
like,
too. They're going in the same direction.
Yeah.
They're the same fucking
After
shit
all
now.
our last conversations and what's going on,
they shut down fucking all of their Japan-oriented stuff. Like, at least fucking, you know, whatever can be said about the third-party stuff they've secured. Like, their first-party development is just as fucking annoying.
Pretty much. To me, it's dead unless they prove
dead,
otherwise. Like, you know, even like. I'm sure Horizon will be probably the best of the bunch in terms of what they're going to release.
Things like Returnal also.
Right?
House Marquee is in there now. That's nice.
Returnal's sick for sure. But yeah, that was third party. Now first party because they bought them. I don't know. I don't get that same sense, you know?
Too, though, they have this weird fucking corporate philosophy that irritates the shit out of me. Even if it's less expressly stated than fucking Xbox's, obviously it's expressed in the operation of their business that, like, we're...
Yeah.
This Western-centric, Occidentalist fucking...
I don't know, man.
Game development.
Oh.
That's pretty shit.
It'll be exciting to see anyway what's going on. There's fucking...
Definitely will. Yeah, it's a slow couple of months. That's the unfortunate bit going forward.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing crazy to enjoy, but at least, like I said, we can play these fucking Scorn and...
Scorn would be sick, yeah.
The whatever the hell else, the Arisen, the... Alive. I already forgot the name of that thing. I just said I was excited for it. Shows you how much I give a fuck.
Ascent or something. Yeah. I'm going to jump back into, I think, Nier and maybe Scarlet Nexus. I don't know what else to play.
Yeah.
Super stoked for Skyward, though.
Yeah, me too.
This Friday.
Yeah, man.
And those sick-looking Joy-Cons.
What do you say we cut it off?
Let's cut her down.
Cut your piss off, Rick. Take your fucking selves easy this week. It's been a good ride. Thanks for tolerating the fucking rambling coming out of my mouth, you know? Love you guys.
Fuck yeah.